up, everyone? Welcome to Railfanning Tips and More. Today I'm going to be teaching you all how to angle your shots and make it look amazing. So let's get started. Those of you who are just starting to railfan and who want to become railfanners, I have a few tips for you on how to angle your shots and make your shots look amazing. So first off, you're going to need a tripod like this. Now this tripod is a Endurex, very expensive tripod. Very, very easy to use for beginners, and professionals. Now this tripod does have an adapter, so it is a phone tripod. I don't use those type of tripods that hold the camera and everything. Those are too much with the editing and everything. I mean, I get that those people who use the professional cameras and all that stuff and all that great stuff, my videos look professional enough. I mean, I have a phone. But people who watch my videos say it looks like it's being filmed out of a real camera, like one of those Sony cameras. Or this tripod is probably the best thing that's ever happened to me with Railfanning. It's boosted my channel, it's made my shots look more incredible. But those of you who are just beginners, I highly recommend handheld, just to get the feeling of the Railfanning, and if you want to become a real Railfanner. And if you don't want to become a Railfanner and you eventually realize that this isn't your thing, I highly suggest you don't get a tripod. But if you go on for months with liking it, you know, getting to know railfanning, getting to know your engines, like I did. I didn't even know what a Tier 4 was at first. I didn't even know the difference between a Tier 4 and an ES44 at first for the past 6 months until I finally figured it out. So, yeah. I highly recommend you do it handheld. Unless you are fully admitted to becoming a professional railfanner like me, out there getting all the trains and stuff. Of course I'm safe. Of course I get as close as I can for the good shot, but I'm always safe. I'm always standing behind the yellow line, always that good stuff. I'm not risking my life like those people out there who run the railroad crossings. Of course, I'm not one of those people. I'll never be one of those people. Those people who run the railroad crossings and all that across the tracks who trespass, they're basically risking their life. So those of you who want to know what type of camera I use a Samsung Galaxy with 2K quality in my editing app and running at a 50 FPS, which means frame rate. 50 FPS, 1080p, 50 quality, which is also 2K. I could run it in 4K, but I don't know if my phone could handle that. I'm still trying to figure that out, but that can be used for another video on how to edit. One more thing to tell you. Degree of view. See, if your camera's like this, you want to have it. If the train's like an intermodal, which intermodals are always stacker trains, they're really hard to film. But they're not as hard to film as auto-wrackers are, because auto-wrackers can be a bit more trickier. They're wider, they're longer, and they are, in my opinion, a lot more harder to film, and those are a type of train that I would highly wait for. The one train I would highly recommend you to start off with is if you're living in a Chicago area or a suburb or a city that has passenger trains, I highly recommend you to start with the passenger trains first, because that would be your best advantage of getting better at railfanning. But to get to your degree of an intermodal, if you're like a professional and wanting to become a professional, is if it's an intermodal or auto-wracker, the train is right here, coming at you like this. You want to have your camera like this, at this angle, or at this angle. Now that'll be it for today's lesson on railfanning. I hope you all enjoyed the tutorial of how to make your shot look amazing and how to make your angle look incredible. This has been your host, Samuel Zanich. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time on Railfanning Tips and More. Love y'all. Peace.